All right, y'all. Part 2 of my thoughts on the Sixers. So I didn't say it was part 1, but I was talking about part 1 earlier. But y'all, I wasn't really feeling that well, so I wasn't really able to talk as much as I wanted to talk. But I know we hate Doc Rivers, and I'm still all for Doc Rivers getting up out of town. But y'all, I'm not blaming this series on Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers made it. Well, we've been complaining. Adjustments. Not relying on the bench, not keeping dudes like Niang in if his shot's not falling. He made those adjustments, putting Daniel House in, giving Daniel House more minutes over Niang in the middle of the series. And Doc Rivers can't... Again, I'm not saying let's keep Doc Rivers, but Doc Rivers is not on the top of my list when it comes to this offseason. When you have your superstar who is not being a superstar, when you have both of your superstars not being a superstars, is Doc Rivers the reason why James Harden's shot was broke? Is Doc Rivers the reason why Joel Embiid's shot was broke? Is Doc Rivers the reason for all those freaking turnovers? That's not on Doc Rivers. Now, I am all for still upgrading the coach because, like I said, I want a full-on rebuild, and that includes the general manager. That includes DARYL Morey. DARYL Morey is one of the biggest frauds. One of the biggest frauds from Philly. When we got DARYL Morey, we was thinking we was going to be making all these big moves. He kept baiting us with big moves. What big moves? What big moves? Yeah, we traded Ben Simmons for old James Harden, but when James Harden came, we was all saying he was old. We was all saying that. What was the big move? I love DeAnthony Melton, but that's the big move? That's the big move? Jalen McDaniels, that's a big move? That's not a big move. DARYL Morey came here, and we was thinking he was going to be making big moves, big star moves, moving stars. I know Donovan Mitchell wasn't she, but that was a big move. That's a big move. Moving stars, moving big stars, not old stars and not role players. He made it seem like he was gonna come here and make monumental shifts to this roster, and he absolutely did not. Yeah, he got rid of what's his name, Ben Simmons, but I expected more. I expected more from DARYL Morey. I wasn't expecting that much from Doc Rivers, but yeah, like I said, Doc Rivers can still go. I'm just saying I'm not blaming this on Doc Rivers, okay? Because at the end of the day, Doc Rivers isn't playing, okay? And second of all, what was my other point? Oh yeah, made Jimmy Butler avenge us. 22, can you do something for me? Can you talk to the ops next for me? And 22, do your thing, 22, do your thing, 22. And I'm gonna say this. I was hating on, it's not I hate Jimmy Butler. I mean, the Heat got us up out of there last season. So I've been rooting against the Heat. But now, the villain turns into the hero. I need the Heat to avenge us. I need Jimmy Butler to avenge us. I know some of y'all don't like the Heat. Some of y'all wish Jimmy Butler stayed. Of course, hindsight is 2020. But at the end of the day, let's go Heat Nation. What do they say? I don't even know what their slogan is. But like I said, 22, can you do something for me? 22? Because I'm sick of the Celtics. I'm sick of the trolling. I'm sick of all them running their mouths like we didn't take the game to a 7-game series. Yeah, we got embarrassed in Game 7, but don't act like that series shouldn't even went to Game 7. The Celtics shouldn't even have that series going to Game 7. So they over here talking all that G, popping all that G because they beat the Sixers. First they said the Sixers wasn't G, and now y'all popping G because y'all beat us. Which one is it? Are we not G, or was we a really good team to beat? Because they acting like they upset the 2016 Warriors or something. That's what they acting like from beating us. Like, because first of all, the whole narrative was that the Sixers wasn't G. So why y'all celebrating so hard for beating us? You didn't see us celebrating so hard for beating the Nets because the Nets wasn't G. You get what I'm saying? Coaches. What coaches are y'all looking at? I know Monty Williams is out there. Monty Williams had to deal with injuries. Last season, he dealt with, I'm pretty sure Devin Booker was hurt last season in the playoffs. But the Suns have had a lot of stars and haven't been able to do anything. So Monty Williams is definitely not high on my list. But what about JJ Redick? Because, I don't want to experiment with a new player coach like the Nets did with Steve Nash, because has JJ Redick have a coach? Love the podcast, but it's one thing to break down film and boom, boom, and it's another thing. It's one thing to break down film in hindsight, and coaching in real time is two different things. I really like JJ Redick. But I don't want to give him his first head coaching experience. And I could be wrong. But like I said, it's one thing to podcast and break plays down in hindsight, and it's another thing to coach in real time. But let me know what y'all think. Like I said, just wanted to update y'all that I'm be rooting for Jimmy Buckets and chill on Doc Rivers. Because what Doc do in this situation? What did he do?